Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. Today I want to show you how to scrap a paper shredder. This was given to me by a family member. It doesn't work. So I'm going to take it apart and show you the goodies that we can divert from the landfill. The head does come off. Okay. Unfortunately, this bucket that catches the paper is plastic. It's not recyclable. It would go in the garbage on a normal day. However, because it is a strong plastic, I can actually use this as a bucket to store some steel or some copper bearing motors. Okay, so I can use this again just to store stuff and prolong it from going into the landfill. So that's nice. When you are scrapping a paper shredder, because of the teeth, the steel teeth that cut up the credit cards or the paper which was found underneath, they are sharp, so I do recommend wearing gloves. Okay, and the nice thing about these paper shredders is if I took a magnet to it, the teeth are steel. Okay, there is a steel arm as well, but if I open this up, there is going to be a lot more stuff. Anytime there is a plug, okay, and an electrical, there's going to be a motor, maybe a transformer. There is a little bit of silver in here as well, so I'm going to open it up for you and show you how to separate the material and maximize your profit. Okay, so there are some bolts around this frame, and I am going to have to take those out right now in order to pop off this top. Okay, so bear with me. Some people do use a drill. I don't use a drill. If you've ever seen any of my other videos, I go old school, and it might take a little bit longer, but for me it's kind of therapeutic and relaxing. Okay, so a couple screws, easy to get out. And again, this will separate the top case from the teeth. Okay, and as you can see inside, there is a circuit board right here at the top. There is a motor right there, and as you can see, the motor does have some copper on it. I can see that right now. And this part right here is steel, so I can actually leave this in as is. But I could also, if I use muscle power, take it out. Okay. There is a couple spots on here, and I see a box that's going to have silver. Okay, and it's right on the top here. Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to quickly pull off this cord so I can separate it. So this top is plastic. There is, right on the top there, a silver contact box. Okay, and it is connected by 2 screws, so I'm going to get those out in a second. There is a lot of screws that connect the cord, and you can see there's still paper in here, okay, but there's a lot of still fine cord in here. I'm going to cut some of it off right now. This cord is about $1. It's about $1 a pound, okay, and it's not quite a pound because it's Canadian money. It's not a pound yet, but I put it in a bag and it adds up. There are also on the ends 2 coated brass prongs. Some people leave these on here. Some people separate them and put them in their coated brass bucket. It really doesn't make a huge difference when you separate in terms of weight and value. It works out to be the same, but really nice cord. And I'm actually going to start with this motor, and there are a lot of screws that hold in the plates. Okay, so in order to get at this motor, I'm going to have to first separate the screws here. Okay, and they're very easy to do. They're all using the same screws. Okay, I'm going to put my safety glasses on just in case. Anytime I use my tools and start taking things apart, I want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible. Okay, and it's coming off right now. It's getting looser. One. There is a drive shaft right there that I might actually have to get out in order to loosen this motor. There it is. Okay, so this actually, right as is, would go right into my steel bin, okay? The teeth, as I said, are sharp, so you want to be careful of those. Okay, there is a little bit of plastic on here, but that's okay, because you don't get a lot of money for steel, so they allow plastic on here. Okay, so this will just go into my steel bin. This motor, I could bring it in as is, as a copper bearing motor. There is a price at the scrapyard just for copper bearing motors. But I like to maximize my profit by actually separating the copper from the motor. It's very easy to do. I do actually have other videos on this channel that show you the different type of copper bearing motors, how to separate the copper safely and efficiently. So check those out. But I'm going to do it with this one as well because it is very easy to do. And copper bearing motors right now go for about 10 cents a pound. Okay, this is maybe 2 pounds worth of copper here. But copper clean by itself is about, if this is actually really nice clean, this would be number 1 copper. So it's about, right now, $2 Canadian a pound. Prices have gone down because of the virus. So I want to take this copper out. And all I'm going to do, very simple, is I'm just going to take a grinder, okay, and I'm just going to put a cut down this side and down this side. And then I'm going to turn it over and actually just pull out this copper. Okay, and there is tape on here. So to make it easier and to make it more worth money, you cannot, if I leave the tape on, it would be classified as number 2 copper. If it's clean, then it would be number 1 copper. And actually, I'm looking at it right now. I don't think I'm going to be able to get all of this tape off there. So this will be number 2 copper, but that's okay because number 2 copper is still about $1.60 a pound. Okay, so not a bad price and definitely better than I would be getting for copper bearing motor price. Okay, this piece is actually also part of the motor. It goes inside. This has copper as well on it, very tightly wound. I cannot take the time to cut the copper out of there. It's very difficult to get out, and it's not worth, you know, there's a lot of sharp edges on here, and it's very difficult to get out. So I'm actually going to leave this, throw this into my copper bearing motor as is. Okay, and this is just a piece of steel that comes off. It does have a couple little brass fittings on here. Okay, you can see the brass right on the end. If I pulled this cord out, which I should be able to just pull out, it's connected to the motor as well. Okay, these would be lower grade wire, but I could cut off this brass end and I would put this into my brass bucket, clean brass bucket. Okay, so I'm going to separate this for you right now, put it into get my grinder set up. Okay, so the sparks did not come from the copper. Copper does not spark. It came from the steel that connects it, and the nice thing about the steel is the sparks allow me to know when I've cut through. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use a lever or a pry bar, and you let science do its work, so just using leverage. Okay, there's one nice piece of copper. There's the other one, okay? So now I have two pieces of clean copper wire that just goes into a bag and I store it up. And I still actually have the steel from the motor, so this would just go into my steel bucket. Okay, now getting into the top, as I said, it does have a circuit board. It does have still a lot of lower grade wire. Okay, so I'm going to take that off. This is not $1 a pound. This is about 20 cents a pound because there is more plastic than copper. Okay, but I just need to take out the screws. Okay, and again, there are a lot of them that I need to take out in order to get all the goodies out of here. Okay, and I'm not going to take all the screws out because I don't need to take all the screws out yet. I can take out, well, all the screws I'm going to take out eventually anyway and put into a steel bucket. Last screw. Okay, but what I want to show you first off is this circuit board. Okay, and sometimes the circuit boards do have some goodies on it. There is sometimes copper on them. There is, all right, so there is, I can see, just gotta get this out. Okay, and I'm actually just gonna cut here, just to let you see what's inside. Okay, there will be a couple pieces of silver in this apparatus. Okay, this right here, because it has a switch, and if you can hear it, there is a click. Anytime you open one of these clicking apparatuses, it could be a push button, so it could be something like this that comes off of different vacuum cleaners and stuff, or switches like this that go on and off that have a clicking sound. There is a piece of silver inside. So when I break this open, there is actually a silver contact. And if I'm looking, there it is. There will be a little gadget that looks like this. As you can see on the top there, there is a silver dot. That silver dot is actually a silver contact, okay? So there is silver, a little piece of silver in this, okay? I just store it up. Hopefully I'll put it in a bucket and one day I can hit it with some nitric acid and make a silver bouillon, okay? Again, I still have to take out these screws, and if I'm looking, I know right under there, there's going to be another silver contact. So I'm going to take that one out as well just to show you. And again, it's not a lot of silver, but it's definitely better than letting this stuff go to a landfill. You know, it's a great way to be able to divert our natural resources, use them again. Oh, there's two of them. Okay. So, this is a silver contact. Okay, this black box. I'm just going to open it up for you very quickly with a hammer. That's all it takes. Okay, I'm going to put my safety glasses back on. Okay, but I'm just going to hit it with a hammer. Okay, So I'm opening it up right now. Inside, there it is. So there are actually a couple silver contacts on here. That little dot is a silver contact. There is also one on this one. So there are 2 silver contacts on this box. So anytime you see boxes like this, you find them on microwaves, you find them on and off switches or inside them, there are silver contacts. So there is silver, there is copper. I am going to, after the video, take out the rest of this copper wire, and I will put it into my lower grade wire. Okay, and the nice thing, I will also take out the screws and put them into my steel bin. And from that little shredder, this is all the garbage I will have left that's going to go into the landfill. Unfortunately, as I said, I would love to see recycling program be able to scrap this plastic, break it down, but unfortunately, we don't have out here those types of processing plants. Okay, so just to recap, a couple silver contacts. I have my copper wire cord, appliance cord. I have some steel. I have my copper bearing motor. And as I said, I also have my nice clean copper wire that's going to go into my number 2 bucket once I take all the tape off. Okay, hope you thought this video was informative. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and look forward to seeing you on another video. Tin Man out.